my point is it's always return on experience, and there is no price tag on that, right? I haven't figured out a way to put a price tag on that.
1.5 to 2 years.
1.5.
Yep.
Okay.
On the low end.
It's
Yeah.
actually fast.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
if you maxed out I'm sure the revenue, right?
Yeah,
And I-
and that was
and-
sort of a middle case scenario. There was a high end like a McDonald's and then
Okay.
a lower end as well. So
Yeah,
And I-
if I'm not mistaken, that was like 1.5 to 3 years. So it's probably more accurately like closer to 3 years, right?
mhm.
Yeah, most service businesses, whoever just said earlier, you're in it.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning. Okay, cool. What else? There was another couple groups.
So I haven't heard anything mentioned about it, but a lot of people want to get out of a W-2 job. And when you enter into a relationship with a franchisor, is that kind of like having a parent telling you what to do all the time?
Yeah, it is. In my
Mhm.
opinion, but I'm biased. Someone else said it earlier. It's like a job. 100%, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do them both at the same time, right? I can't have my W-2 and then open a franchise. Like it would be impossible to do.
But
Yeah, that's a big one.
when you're a franchisee and you have to answer to your franchisor, is that a source of contention for a lot of people?
Oh,
Mhm.
sure.
I would think. Cool.
Yeah,
Did we get
nice.
a group we missed? Or any ideas that you guys you're not hearing that your group hit?
Chris, my vice president's son just opened a Chick-fil-A franchise. He's been traveling around the country for years, he and his wife, working towards this. He started this when he was in college and he was in their trainee program. So never mind all the financials, it's taken him about 10 years and they just had their grand opening in Indianapolis. Not anywhere they probably would have chosen to live,
Wow.
but that's where that they got. And everything has to be done according to the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah. They hamstrung you. So this wasn't about bashing franchise. Let me be clear. This was just about I'll hear whining and going, what do you like? We have our fingers on some really cool stuff. I'm going to talk about timing before I pivot away from all this. And I just think it, quite frankly, needs a reminder now and then. I hear from outsiders, and then I'm like, I wonder how many times we visit it as a community. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I didn't get as sophisticated as Jeff with Chat GBT, but what I did is just simple stats on Google. It was interesting. It said within the first 2 to 10, it was so broad because nobody wants to make a claim that they'd be turning profit. But after 10, then it'd be significant. So then I went deeper and it said for the 2 to 10 year mark was like 125 or 130 profit. Now this was 35,000 franchises across 375 brands. So this is pretty broad. And it said 130 grand. So let's say you are breaking even, you're getting past that in the 2 to 10. Let's say it's 3. Would you be ecstatic? Some of you, it's okay if you say yes, but would you be ecstatic with 130 grand after all that profit? That's just a thought for you. And that's, again, over a lot of brands. And then it said over 10 years, their significant was defined as the exact number, 177,240, 177,240 profit. So that's what they consider to be a good ROI. So again, just for comparison's sake, so you guys know what you get your fingers on. 2 other things relative to this, as far as what you have your fingers on, what we all have our fingers on. One's market driven, so I'll do that second. First one is, at the very beginning, I called it return on experience. I know, Rusty, Mike, have heard me say 8 million times, but when I said earlier, factor in the cost of the program and factor in the cost of this, as you've heard me say, it's not a program, it's an experience if you live it. Like if you came to QLS Live, for example, you had experience, right? Would you guys agree with that? Raise your hand if you had the QLS Live. That's different than not being there, right? So that's an experience. You come to In the Trenches boot camp, raise your hand if you came there and that was a good experience. And you probably had some ahas, right? So, or high 6 call sessions. Some of you have come in now with that new thing I just started doing on a whim. So could be a conversation, could be a conversation in a breakout, could be a conversation in live. But my point is it's always return on experience. And there is no price tag on that, right? I haven't figured out a way to put a price tag on that. If you look at those of you who are in Chairman, the stat I gave you, and some of you, Jeff and others might know this, but equity firms look for and forget the experience and all that, right? They're just straight money, like facts and metrics. They look for like a 3 to 5 time return within 3 to 5 years, usually 5. So say a 5x return after 5 years. And I love when Rick says whatever he's at now, maybe he's climbing, but it's 5 or 6 for him. That's pretty cool, because I don't think he would have had as much fun and return on experience as if he did it in a franchise. So just food for thought.